by these federal mandates. Veronica Eardley is an airline pilot and also co-founder of the U.S. Freedom Flyers, and she joins me now. Veronica, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for pushing back for so many, because a lot of people, I think they felt voiceless, and then now you have your organization and many within it that are speaking out. Talk to me about how this formed and your plan for pushing back against these mandates.
Dana, first of all, thank you so much for having me. Thank you for all the listeners who are listening. The reason that U.S. Freedom Flyers was formed, it was a grassroots organization with several people, myself and several other airline pilots that came together with the premise of bringing us all together so that we can fight back against these tyrannical mandates. The idea of having medical freedom is what we're after. And that's how U.S. Freedom Flyer was formed. We want to inform people about what is going on, because what's happening to us will affect them.
Oh, absolutely it will. And I mean, it's amazing to me, because USPS, United States Postal Workers, they can be exempted from injections, and pilots, because there are a lot of federal contracts with a lot of these, with a lot of you, but no one is exempted from with pilots or in the flight crew. That seems inconsistent to me, doesn't it, you?
Yes, everything about it seems inconsistent. And also the fact that people that work for the CDC are exempt, people that work for the FDA are exempt. Why is it that they're exempt and we are not?
Veronica, the other thing too is that right after the lockdown, I mean, we've had a pandemic, we had a lockdown, airlines were hit really hard, pilots were grounded. A really good friend of mine, her dad's a pilot, and she was talking about how much he had to go through training again, basically, because he needed X amount of hours, like every month, which he had been a pilot for, it didn't matter how many years you've been a pilot, you still had to go through the training. And so we were already dealing with an issue where airlines had too few pilots, not enough ground crew, not enough flight crew, and now we're going to add this on top of it. What does that do to an already stressed system?
Oh, it puts a tremendous amount of stress on the pilots, first of all. Like you said, we went through a pandemic, and many people had those, some airlines, some people got furloughed for just a little bit. And like you said, like you were talking about your friend's dad, they had to come back and go through training. So that happens. That's happened to quite a few people. And then you have this stress of the fact that some people might feel, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to continue making a livelihood for my family? That's a tremendous amount of pressures. But I will say pilots have been responding overall, like this is something we're just going to have to deal with. We're going to have to push back. And they have been pushing back. And I've been really proud of that. As to what's going on, there is a bill called HR 4980. And if you don't know what it is, I would tell people, please look it up. And they're making it so that people, in order to travel, to go around the United States domestically and our territories, you're going to have to take the vaccine to travel.
One airline executive said that they were putting a surcharge. I think it was a $200 per month surcharge for staff that was unvaccinated. What is your reaction to stuff like that?
My reaction is ultimately, at the end of the day, first of all, this is my body, my choice. All right. So that's how I feel about it. Strongly, my body, my choice.